questions still left unanswered after the alleged mismanagement and negligence within the Charlotte area transit system. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight for your news at 5. I'm Alicia Barnes. Morgan Francis will join us later on in the show. Well, the latest developments reveals CAT's failure to inspect bridges and parking garages throughout the city for the last 2 years. And right now, our chief political correspondent, Emma Withrow, joining us live. Emma, from the CAT's overpass in Uptown. After doing some digging on these allegations, you're breaking down more on the questions that still remain tonight.
So within the last 2 weeks, the news of some major failures within CATS has been released to elected officials as well as members of the public. Now, the first of that being the news of that light rail derailment of the Blue Line that happened with actually 24 passengers on board. And then the most recent failure that we heard about was the fact that CATS has failed to inspect these elevated light rail bridges, 37 of them they failed to inspect over the last 2 years, as well as 6 parking garages. So we're still waiting for answers on lots of questions, but we do have some new developments for you guys tonight. Now, here's what we have to say when it comes to the CATS, the failures in the most recent development. It really came to the surface during last night's Metropolitan Transit Commission meeting. Now, according to the CATS interim CEO, Brent Cagle, the bridges and parking garages haven't been inspected since 2019. Now, this was the first time members of the MTC were really informed of the lack of inspections, and many of them were obviously concerned, especially since they felt like they were in the dark after the lack of transparency regarding that Blue Line derailment that happened almost a year ago with those passengers on board. Now, elected officials, including Commissioner Lee Altman, have expressed concerns surrounding the culture within CATS and called for an investigation into the CATS issues, including the light rail derailment and the failure to complete these inspections on the bridges.
When should they have been inspected?
In 2021.
Okay, so we're 2 years past without.
Correct. We have missed
37.
one cycle.
Okay.
It is 2023, and we did not inspect them in 2021, which is when they should have been inspected.
I won't feel comfortable that these trains are safe until I hear it from DOT.
So I spoke with Commissioner Lee Altman today, and I asked her some of the same questions that I've been asking CATS. You know, the first one being, who is the oversight agency that actually will be in charge of holding CATS accountable when it comes to not inspecting these bridges? The second being, will CATS be fined or somehow punished for basically neglecting to inspect these bridges for more than 2 years? And then the third being, which bridges and parking garages have actually not gotten inspected? Which should we be looking out for structural errors? Those are the types of questions that I was asking Altman. She forwarded my email to the CATS interim CEO, Brent Cagle, so we'll have to wait to hear back on that. Now, in terms of the immediate action that CAT's going to have to deal with when it comes to responding to NCDOT's email, they actually had to send a cooperation letter and a cooperative action plan to NCDOT within 10 business days of getting that letter. I haven't gotten a hold of that cooperative action plan yet, but when we do, we'll definitely let you guys know. For now, reporting live in Uptown, Emma Withrow, Queen City News.